Hey guys! So, before we get started on learning all about healthy eating and exercise and some methods to de-stress, I want to really tackle the reason behind we're stressed in the first place. Normally for these groups, I really try to get you to focus on your reason why that you want to change your life in the first place. And a lot of people come up with, I want to be a good example for my children. I want to lose all this weight that I gained so I can love myself again. And there is the key. A lot of us, the reason why we're trying to improve ourselves is because we're not satisfied with who we are right now, right? So that's what we're going to focus on today. And I would like you to focus on throughout this entire experience. The key to change is to not change. Okay, does that make sense? No. Basically what I'm saying is you need to accept yourself for who you are right now in this very moment. Your identity is not how you look. Your identity is not how you feel. Your identity is complete acceptance for who you are, warts and all. Okay? And I know that this is a very, very difficult thing to do, as I have struggled with it myself for sure. But ultimately that is the goal, okay? And as you move towards accepting yourself, you're going to become more like yourself and who you're supposed to be. Well, correct myself, not supposed to be, but who you are, who you really are inside. Does that make sense? So, in order to grow and to move closer to who you are, you need to lean on your strengths. Lean on things that you are good at, okay? And let go of the things you hate, okay? Because they are a part of you too, but they don't define you, okay? And you need to accept that part of you as, yes, I have flaws. Yes, I can be a little bit of prideful at times or know-it-all or whatever. I'm aware of that, and as long as you're aware of that and it can accept the fact that is a flaw, that's as far as it needs to go, okay? So what I want you to do is to find things that you love about yourself and find things that you're really good at, and I want you to write them down, okay? For instance, something I'm really good at is being adaptable, okay? I've had a lot of life situations that have forced me to kind of learn how to go with the flow, and since then I've become very adaptable. It drives some people nuts because they're very type A and have to have things all lined up and ready to go, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll just roll with the punches. But that's a strong character, character strength for me, and I'm learning to really lean into that and utilize that to help me grow into myself, okay? Other things are like, maybe you're really uplifting, maybe you're really encouraging, maybe you're really good at including everybody. Maybe you're really good at learning. Maybe you're really good at applying your knowledge. Maybe you're really good at helping people make decisions. Or maybe you have a lot of good insight. Things like that. I want you to really dig and think about. I want you to come up with five character traits that you are strong in, okay? And it might take all week to come up with them, and you might have to ask family members to help you. Otherwise, there is this thing called the Strengths Finder test, which you can find online. Or you can just ask me, and there's a code I can give you, and it's either $5 or $10, I don't remember, but it's a test that you can take, and it will give you your 5 greatest character strengths, and by God, it is right on. And the whole purpose of this is to come up with your strengths and to really lean into that, because that is who you are, okay? You are those things that comprise you, those things you're good at. I want you to really embrace. Hang on. Sorry, I have 4 dogs. So most people will say, okay, we're going to find our weaknesses and we're going to improve on our weaknesses. Now what happens when you do that, okay? They're weaknesses for a reason. And so if you're sitting there trying to constantly improve your weaknesses, you're going to plateau at some point because they're weaknesses. You can't improve them past a certain point. And why are we wasting all of this energy focusing on our weaknesses when we can be really boosting our strengths and our potential can go way up, right? So let go of the weaknesses. Let's focus on our strengths, okay? And we're going to focus on letting go of those negativity things that cause us to hate ourselves or dislike or whatever, not accept ourselves. I want you to get rid of the scale if that's something that you deal with. If your weight is an issue, if you find yourself compulsively weighing yourself, lock it up, throw it away, because your body, your weight does not define you, okay? If you want to know where you are, I would recommend taking measurements once a week, but that is it. You're going to let go of that scale. If you're constantly standing in front of a mirror, grabbing at your fat, get rid of the mirror. I know that's really hard to do because you got to get ready and make sure yourself look good. Or put a plastic thing over the mirror to remind yourself to stop doing that. Because you need to learn to love yourself and accept yourself and to meet yourself for who you are today. Because where you are and who you are today is okay. That's where you are in your journey. It's okay. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Okay? Understand that where you are, who you are today is completely and totally okay and acceptable. And as we move forward, I want you to understand that we're not improving. We're just learning who we are more, okay? And sometimes that learning how to accept ourselves, involves a little bit of change, well, perceived change. But you're still along the journey are going to be accepting where you are in that point in the journey. Does that make sense? I hope I make sense. So because this group is more oriented towards fitness and nutrition and whatnot and healthy goals physically, obviously we're going to be applying this to that. Okay, so again, 5 strengths, 5 things you love about yourself, write them down. You don't have to share them with anybody, and I would love it if you shared them with me so I can help keep you accountable and really push you, because I that's what I'm here for, or Emily. But then we're going to talk about, okay, so we often define ourselves, oh my gosh, they're so mouthy today. We often define ourselves by our appearance, and because of this, find ourselves eating a lot, stress eating, or maybe not eating at all, but revolving around food in general, a lot of our emotions, okay? But like I said, your emotions do not define who you are. Let go of that. So Emily's gonna talk more about healthy substitutions, because you can't just snap out of stress eating. It's really difficult. But you need to figure out why you're stress eating in the first place. When you feel that desire to stuff your face after a really bad day, I want you to just pause and take a moment and really think about how you're feeling, and maybe write it down and just get it out on paper or on your computer or whatever, or call a girlfriend up or whatever and talk to them about how you're feeling. But I really want you to think about how you're feeling in that moment and why you feel the need to eat or whatever you're doing to try to relieve your stress. And maybe try to take that and channel it into something positive, like working out, or, like I said, journaling, or maybe some sort of hobby that you do. So that's the goal for today and this week. Please ask if you have any questions. Feel free to message me about anything at all. I believe on Sunday, Emily's going to be posting some more tips and tricks for stress eating, and she's going to talk about a few other things. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I love you all, and remember, it's okay where you are right now. Your emotions do not define you. You are beautiful. Peace.